Why did you leave THENX? Yo gorillas, welcome to the Athlete Insider podcast by Nation. My name is Phil and today's guest is somebody from far away, somebody I'm really happy to talk to, and I'm going to introduce you as a calisthenics and yoga expert, as a mobility and hand balancing beast, and the founder of Saturno movement. I'm happy to have you here, GABO SATURNO from the US. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, brother. It's truly an honor. It's a pleasure.
Awesome. So yeah, we finally met and we finally get a meeting here. And yeah, to kick off, how do you present yourself? How do you present yourself to somebody who doesn't know you?
First of all, I hate labels in a way. Like, even though we need to use it in terms to communicate and to get along with each other, like, what do you do? So I'm a calisthenics coach, I guess, and I'm a yoga instructor as well. But I would like to present myself as just a human that love movements, love anything related to psychology and to just human optimization. And that's it. I'm the founder of Saturno Movement, if that helps, which is a online fitness platform that teaches you calisthenics and yoga. I've been doing calisthenics and yoga for 6 years now. And I'm just another soul, another human trying to be the best that I can.
Nice. Sounds really good. And yeah, I already feel the mindset that you have. Some hard facts, like where are you born? How old are you?
I am 28 years old. I was born in Caracas, Venezuela. I moved to Miami. Well, after Venezuela at 17, I moved to Canada for 1 year to study English. Then after Canada, I was going to go back to Venezuela and study, but leaving the country, Venezuela was in a very bad place at the moment. It's still worse right now. But when I went to Canada, I said, no, like, there is so much opportunity out there that even if I don't come to Canada because it's super, super cold, even though I love the cold at that moment, I said, I'm going somewhere else. So I went back to Venezuela for a couple months when I was 18 years old. And then I left to Miami when I was 18, almost 19 years old. And I've been here almost 10 years. I was going to say 7 years. It's been almost 10 years. And I'm 28 years old. That's it.
Nice. And how did you get in touch with calisthenics? What sport did you do before? Or like, I guess it was through yoga, but yeah.
Actually, I cannot remember if I saw yoga before calisthenics because I remember beginning both of them exactly the same day at the same time. I remember yoga was introduced by one of my ex-girlfriends who was doing yoga, and I wanted to do yoga just because of the headstand. I wanted to get a headstand. Then after a couple of weeks, I realized how powerful it was, and I was suffering from very, very severe chronic anxiety, which we can talk later. So yoga was like, okay, I mean, this might help me, which it clearly did. And calisthenics, I saw a video from, Big Brendon Carter.
Yes.
Yeah, which is not in the calisthenics field at all, but in his YouTube intro, and I was super into fitness, like Elliot Holtz and him was my biggest mentor at that moment. So I saw a video doing him LC2 handstand, and I said, I have to do that. So I was doing weightlifting. I've been doing weightlifting since I was 15 years old. And at that moment, I just wanted to switch things up. So I saw yoga from my ex-girlfriend. I saw calisthenics, and I said, okay, let's try both. Let's begin using my own body weight. And I began incorporating the three of them. So I kept doing weightlifting. I began doing yoga on my backyard, and I began doing calisthenics in a park.
Interesting. It's the first time that I ever hear somebody else saying that he knows Big Brendon Carter, because I always thought I'm the only one who watched his videos. Because I still remember, like, when he recommended a lot of his favorite books, and he talked a lot also about books, and I ordered all of them and read all of them because he also was a big inspiration for me. That's nice to hear.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, I didn't come to calisthenics. People like, what was your biggest inspiration? And it's not a calisthenics athlete. It's like, it was somebody from the fitness industry. Then I began to know other people and stuff.
Okay. Crazy. So yeah, like, what was your journey? How did you begin? How long did it take to get the headstand? And from there, where did it lead you?
So at that moment, I asked myself, okay, so should I go to a yoga studio or should I make it my personal practice? Or should I contact a calisthenics coach or should I make it my personal practice? And so I Googled calisthenics coach in Miami. Chris Heria was the first one that popped out, the only one there. And then yoga, I said, I'm going to make this my personal journey. So I did a 30-day yoga challenge on YouTube on my backyard every single day. That's how I got hooked into yoga. And actually, 2 years ago, I did a 10-day yoga challenge on my channel because I wanted to share how I actually got into yoga. So we're going to do yoga alone, and I'm 80% self-taught. I probably have attended to 20 or 30 yoga classes in total in my entire life. And in calisthenics, I contacted Chris Heria, and I went to his first gym on Doral, what's called Calisthenics Evolution, with his business partner, Claudio Giannotti. I did a couple personal sessions with him. Then they closed that gym for reasons that I quite don't remember, honestly. And then he opened another gym, Calisthenics Academy, and I was still with him. And then I began working with him, for him, at that gym. And I had no idea that I wanted to become a coach. I just loved the environment, everything. And at that moment, I told him I cannot keep affording the calisthenics classes, but maybe I can stay here and help you out. So I began teaching classes on that gym. Then he closed that gym. He opened THENX, and I kept working for him at THENX. And that's it. I kept my yoga practice very separate, very personal. I attended to some studios, some workshops, but I kept it very separately. And I kept doing calisthenics at THENX until that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, and when you nice glass. When you started calisthenics, you said that you had some physical issues. What was this about?
Physical or mental?
I didn't understand you when you said it.
Anxiety.
Okay. Okay.
So, and basically chronic anxiety because of substance abuse in my 20s. I went, Ultra Music Festival?
No.
Well, the DJ festivals?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, where everyone takes a bunch of drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
That was me in the first row, fucking partying like crazy. Let's go, drinking, taking a bunch of pills. And that led me to a very a path that was not serving me at that moment. I hit really rock bottom, like super, super rock bottom. And then is when I began getting more into this. I was always a spiritual person within, but that was like the hit that, okay, I have to meditate, or I needed to meditate. I had to do yoga. I had to walk every day just to be functional, per se. So yoga and calisthenics together literally transformed my mind. I would consider myself an anxious person, but I don't see myself now as an anxiety. I just see it, I'm just hyperactive. I love to talk. And now I know how to canalize that energy or how to release that energy, whether it is through yoga, calisthenics, or meditation. Now, physical limitations, I had 40 plus dislocations on both of my shoulders. So they're very, very unstable and they're like super, super mobile, as you can see. And that was from the weightlifting, a lot of internal rotation, a lot of bench pressing, a lot of upright rows, like exercises that you shouldn't be doing that I was doing. And then on calisthenics, I wouldn't say it healed, because when I began calisthenics and when I began yoga, I didn't know any better. I was not coached in a very good way. So calisthenics kind of fucked up my shoulder a little bit more, because freestyling, like landing on the bar mindlessly without external rotating and really engaging the bar, it was always popping out. That would set me back to the gym for like a month until it healed again. Yoga, my mistake was overstretching. So we can get into how to avoid shoulder injury. I'm like pretty experiencing that. Now my training is completely different. I do not overstretch in yoga. I focus mostly on mobility, functional movement. Calisthenics, I do not freestyle. I completely stopped freestyling, and I'm focusing mostly on just overall health and the static pulse and handstands and all that.
Okay. And like, what are your goals right now? What is stuff that you are working on?
So it's been hard to set up goals, to be honest, with Saturno movement. It's a membership site website where I had to put content constantly, and I like to do like a good job, and I do like 50-60 minute workout explanations, like 2 in a single day. Like we film that, so it's very hard to keep my training in sync with that. Now that was like last year, I would say, but now like I'm starting to like juggle things out a little bit better. My current goals, I really want to get the manna, but I haven't started training for it. I'm just doing a couple visits, a couple times a week, and it's getting a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. The reason I'm not training for the manna is because I really, really want to get the planche and the front lever, which has been my two nemesis and the two moves that, especially the front lever or lever or however it's pronounced. The planche comes easier to me. The front lever comes harder just because I don't have that much pulling strength, and also because of my shoulder injury. Both of the movements, I would say that I haven't gotten them because one, consistency, but second, my shoulder injury, I didn't know any better, and I was just training. Yeah, let's do a straddle planche, but I also have winging scapula. We can get into all those details if you want. But my main goals right now, I'm revisiting the basics. I'm building a stronger foundation and getting to know my body, even like with everything that I know now. It's like, damn, I was fucking up before like so much. So I'm trying to make things right from the beginning. But my main goals are planche, front lever, those two. I'm middle split when it comes to mobility. I'm obviously still training handstands, still training basic movements, but I'm really trying to narrow it down because I realize that when I go too broad, I don't get shit done.
Okay.
We've all experienced that for sure.
Yeah, that's true. What I found quite impressive is like when people see you and when I see you on social media, you're like an athlete in the game for a long time now. And in your last post you took some steps back. You did some like beginner exercise, let's call them. And for me, it was impressive to say, because usually the people that I follow and I know don't share stuff like that. And that's something.
It was scary to follow.
And for me, it's like it's really impressive to see that, because a lot of people don't do that because of, like, let's say ego, because they think, oh, people are not interested in that. Why do you share this journey, even though it's not the wow content?
So I said it was scary because, I mean, there are two, I see it as two things over there. One is ego. Clearly, it's like, I don't want people, or people don't want others to see that you're stepping back and that you cannot planche or front lever. Like, people still say, how did you get the planche so perfect? I'm like, I cannot planche at the moment. Maybe because an old video that I put planche in the past, but it's like people don't want to put themselves like, I cannot do this anymore, or I don't have this level that people look up to me like that. So it's a journey, and that's not hard for me because I like to present myself just as I am. And yes, I've been in the game for a long time. I can do impressive stuff with my body, but there are some things that I cannot do. And I like to share that also to make people more relatable and to place a truth, because sometimes I don't have Instagram posts because I'm not planching or I'm not doing anything impressive. So what I'm going to share? I'm going to share whatever the heck I'm doing. And I'm doing planks, I'm doing hollow bodies, I'm doing side planks, and I'm doing planche slings. That is the ego part. But the other part that is the one that concerns me the more a little bit is the business side of it, which can be tricky if you share that mindlessly and you're not mindfully sharing value, because I share because it's going to add value to a lot of people. Even though people saw us from being a high elite athlete, most of the people that follow us are beginners. So they are really, really going to benefit from those posts. And even advanced athletes are going to say, damn, this guy who's famous or whatever, he's sharing that. There is nothing wrong with going back to the basics. But business side, I see how it can conflict a little bit, that just a 18 years old kid or teen, whatever, that wants to get the planche, if he doesn't see planche post from me, he might not buy my program. He might buy anybody else's program. So I went through those ego and business side, and I said, you know what, fuck it. like this is me. I know I'm gonna get the planche very soon. Like I already got it. I know where I'm going, and maybe my social media can have a dip because I'm not sharing advanced movements, but I know I will. And if I don't, and it's been I'm not gonna say it has been easy because it's been a battle, because sometimes you just want to say, I right now have golfer's elbow, so I cannot do pull-ups, and stopping doing pull-ups, it might mean that my pulling strength goes lower, so I cannot show pull-ups, which you know how it goes. So it's been a battle, but I realize that the more honest with myself I am and the more truthful I am with my audience, the better they're going to relate to me. And once they see me, and once they see actually that I got an advanced movement, they like, then it doesn't came easy to him. So that's something I like to relate with my audience more than they see me as this god or coach or whatever, an alien, even though my last name is Saturno, but I might be an alien.
Is it? But it is your real name, right?
It is. Yeah, it is my last name. Yeah.
Okay.
Saturno.
Nice. Yeah, and it's like people love to get on the journey of an athlete. Nobody like. Of course, it's impressive to see somebody doing I don't know, like a straddle planche. But to the athletes or the people who take their community on the journey, going there and show them step by step, or there is a failure or there was a success, like this is how you build a relationship with your community. And that's I think what people appreciate about your content is that it's like it's real, and you even show the stuff that is not like that won't go viral because it's like the craziest move or something, but it's honest.
All right. I appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
Nice. Let's jump into your day. What does your typical day look like? Do you have a routine for the morning?
I do. Currently, I'm doing a certificate for being a yoga instructor, because I'm just a yoga instructor without certificate. And even though I don't believe in that a paper should showcase whatever you're teaching, I just wanted to do it for the experience. I'm doing an intensive 6-week online yoga teacher training at the moment, plus the business, plus getting married. It's yeah, thank you. And so my morning routine at the moment, I wake up 5:30, 6 a.m. I go for a walk where I listen to some yoga books that I need to read. And then I come back and I study a little bit more yoga. Then I do my yoga practice around 7 to 8 a.m. Then at 9, I head over to the studio. I work out at 10 to 11 a.m., 2 to 3 hours until 1 p.m. I haven't eaten anything at this moment, just coffee, just water. Yeah, I fast most days. Then I have a small meal, like a kind of a lunch or a protein shake around 2 to 3 p.m. Still at the studio, we either film some content, we either work on business related stuff, we either keep moving, we either plan future videos, we either record for the academy, for YouTube, anything business related until 5 p.m. I head back home, I cook some meal, and I enjoy night with my girl, my woman now.
Nice.
Well, I do some movement. I do some movements around 4 or 5 at the studio. I do half an hour of hand balancing. Then when I come back and I'm preparing meal, I might do another yoga session or another hand balancing session. Let me throw that in there. It's around, I counted, it's like around 5 to 6 hours of movement throughout the day, without counting the times that I do this or that I stretch in an interview or something.
And movement is also taking a walk in the morning or something?
Yes. That completely recharges me.
Nice.
Well, that's a typical day. Obviously, we're living through very erratic times, coronavirus stuff. So that's now that we're coming back to the gym. But before that, I was staying home all day. I would move every single second, or I would go for a walk, like 3 or 4 walks. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, I do like 4 or 5 lives, like 2 lives every single day sometimes. Because I need that. I need to get out. I need the sun to wake me up. and the movement in general.
Do you count your steps that you do per day?
I've never counted my steps. I don't have any watch that counts that. I don't know my heart palpitations, and I don't do it for fat loss at all. And I don't even walk fast. It's like a brief walk. And I don't jog either. I used to sprint when I was very serious in like aesthetic physique type of thing. But I just walk for mental benefits, to be honest.
Okay, cool. And your workout schedule, let's go through this one per week. Do you split your workout days? Is yoga exercise every day the same, or like let's go into depth into
okay, let's get in depth into workouts. Okay, so let's say that 5 months ago I never logged my workouts or planned my workouts or tracked my workouts. I had an idea, yes, pull push leg, but I was just doing whatever I felt that day. Recently, like 3 months ago, I said, you know what, I'm gonna log everything, RPE, which is rate of perceived exertion. Basically from 1 to 10 you do a set and you say 8, that means that you have 2 reps left in the tank. So basically you're logging your reps and you're logging how hard the set was, your resting time, everything, because I wanted to see that week by week progress. And it's been amazing. It takes a lot of time to like write it down. So I've been like creating some templates on the computer and stuff. But anyways, my current one, I am experimenting with one single workout, which is a full body, upper body focus. So not too much legs. So pull push targeted towards a planche and front lever. Monday, I do the same on Wednesday, and I do the same on Friday. Now on Wednesday, I go a little bit higher intensity on the exercises and lower rep range. So let's say on Monday, I do handstand push-ups against the wall on the floor. And then on Wednesday, I do handstand push-ups on the parallels, deeper range of motion. So I might do 5 sets of 10 on Monday, and I might do 5 sets of 5 on Wednesday. So more strength focus, more endurance focus. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing that Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday because that really worked, that schedule, full body or upper body, a little bit of legs at the end if I have energy. That really worked last about a year and a half when I got, for the first time ever, my front lever and a good straddle planche and a shitty pull planche. So it worked until I got married and I completely throw my training out of the window. So I'm basically repeating that, but obviously way more conscious, way more in tune with what I'm doing and trying to log everything. Now, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do either a hand balancing session or a yoga session or just active rest, depending on how I feel. So hard, and the middle hand balancing and yoga. Okay. And yoga, I try to, for example, if I'm, this is not at the moment, but if I'm doing like a pulling session one day, I will do a back bending routine on the same day, which is back extension. You're working the same muscles of basically pulling. And if I'm doing a pushing routine, I would do a forward folding session on yoga. Right now, I'll just do like full body mobility, or I'll work on my middle splits, or I'll do mostly hip opening focus, which is one of the things that the areas of flexibility that I'm most limited in. And that's it. Any specific questions that you want to ask, I'm open to say.
Yeah, only the reason the focus on legs is not there because it's not fun to you, it doesn't meet your goals.
Honestly, it's because I don't have the energy to do it, especially at the moment with this yoga teacher training. And we're doing like the teacher that is teaching me doing a lot of legs, a lot of like squats, lunges and stuff. So I truly do not have the energy. Now, if I were not doing yoga at all, I would definitely incorporate legs either on Tuesdays and Thursdays, like on those between days, or I'll add one leg exercise at the end of the pull push session. Mm-hmm. And there'll be either reverse hyperextensions, natural leg extensions, Nordic curls. Those are my 3 go-to for calisthenics skills.
Okay, cool. The question that I like to ask is, do you have 3 advices to someone, like to the people who do calisthenics, some stuff that they should do to progress faster? Maybe it's daily habits, maybe it's some mistakes they make in their training that they could avoid, etc.
There are so many. I actually share 5 things I wish I knew before starting calisthenics on Instagram. So I'm trying to remember those, but I won't try to remember. I'm just gonna say the first 3 that come to my mind. First one is the most basic one, which is basics. Like really, really master the basics. And some people see basics, and I'm trying to explain this a little bit more to my audience. They see basics as pull-ups, dips, and push-ups. Those are basics, but those are not truly that basic. Like if you get somebody that has never done calisthenics and you make them do regular push-up, that's not basic for them. For them, it's like literally plank, whole body holds, like side planks, like bird dogs, like very, very basic exercises. Like teach your body what protraction is before you get into hollow body push-ups, and teach your body what retraction is before you grab a bar and you try to do a high pull-up and pull it as high as you possibly can. So really, really understand the movements and get very, very good at them. Like I didn't do that. I was like, okay, I can do 12 pull-ups for 4 sets. That's enough. But no, that's a bodybuilding style type of thing. If you really want to if you want to be a beast on the front lever, get at least 20 pull-ups, like 20 good pull-ups. And I'm not saying that to get a front lever, you need 20 pull-ups, or that you cannot get a front lever if you don't have pull-ups. But it's way smarter that you spend time on pull-ups and then you work on your straight and pulling strength than you only hold your top front lever for 5 seconds and you can only do 8 pull-ups. You might progress, but first you're going to progress slowly. Second, your chances of getting injured are super, super, super high. You might not notice it at all, but tendonitis, it's super clear. If your lats and your rhomboids are not strong to pull yourself up, your body's going to take it from here. It happened to me. And then you got golfer's elbows. And the same with tennis elbows and all type of injuries anyway. So that's the number one. Really, really master the basics more than you think, way more than you think. Second one, know your goals for sure. Be really, really clear on your goals. Know where you're going after, and have short-term goals so you can keep the motivation going. Also have very long-term goals, but do not expect to get here super, super fast. So you have a planche as a goal. Know that you need to go through the steps, do your research. So it's a bunch of tips in one. So be clear on your goals and see other people that has gotten there, ask for their advice, and obviously experiment with yourself and get to a conclusion. You're going to get to many conclusions as you go, and your goals might change, but stick to one goal and stick to one method. That's another tip. I'll jump to that later. Be clear on your goals and just follow through it and focus on the basics. If your goal is the planche and you're going to do a plank with a whole position for 30 seconds because your wrists are hurting, do not go into planche lean yet. Spend time on plank. Spend time warming up your wrist. Get condition on your wrist and on the joints before you get into those. So to fall, be clear on your goals and be patient with those goals. Third one, there are 2 schools of thoughts. We have the people that do a different workout every single day. Every single day, what should I do? Okay, today shoulder, so I'm gonna do shoulder press, and every single workout is a different workout. Like they just like different workouts. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm just gonna explain why. And then you have the other people who select one workout, they do that workout for their entire life. They don't change anything, they don't do anything, and you might be increasing your reps, but your body is smarter than that. You can increase rep, which is linear progression, to a certain point. But then you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to either include a full body workout here and there. You might have to do a heavy, lightweight. You might have to do a deload, a program deload week. So we have the people that are monkey workouts, and we have the people that do the same thing over and over forever. I like to advise people to be in the middle, which is constant, basically. So you do something constantly for a period of time, and then you switch it up. But you take notes, you observe, but you don't change things that often. Like constant variety will lead you to just getting good at constant variety. It depends obviously on your goals. If you're just training just solely for the sake of having fun, by any means, go ahead and do whatever you like on every single workout. But if your goal is to get from 5 pull-ups to 25 pull-ups, and you're just doing random workouts and random pulling grip strength and stuff, it's going to take you longer to get there. I'm not saying you won't get there, because I was there doing different workouts every single day, but I got to a place that I didn't want to be. I wanted the planche and the front lever, and obviously you don't get the planche and front lever doing random workouts. I mean, you don't, unless you are Osvaldo Lugones, who knows? So those are my 3 advice.
Okay.
Pretty long.
So let's basically 20 in 1, but 20 in 3. But yeah, that's.
I tend to do that. I say like my YouTube videos is like top 5 exercises for the calisthenics skills, and I literally give you like 30 exercises because of the variations and the modifications. Like, I do believe we are all different, and in Saturno movement, I really emphasize that we are all completely different. So if you see my programs, you will never see pull-ups 10 reps. You will see pull-ups 8 to 15. Then you have a decreased intensity, you have an increased intensity, you have modifications if you don't have a pull-up bar, you have modifications if you have elbow pain. Like, I really pay attention to that, because we are completely different, and we need to take that into consideration.
That's interesting, because most of the workout plans out there are like pull-ups 10 to 12 reps, but like not even that, 12 reps, and that's it.
Yeah, do that, exactly. And they work, because if most people, they don't get to 12, they're going to repeat the workout, and they might eventually get to 12. But I like to teach, if you have 8 to 12 and you can only do 6, you can either complete with negative, you can either complete with bands, you can either rest pause, you can either jump into Australian pull-ups. Like, there are so many methods that I don't only want to get people from point A to point B, but I want to teach them how they got from point A to point B. So why are you using negative instead of bands in this specific cycle? And why would you use the negative with a deeper range of motion in this specific cycle? So I like to teach that, it's confusing. It's confusing to teach and to put everything into a single program and for everyone. But I would say that's my mission when it comes to calisthenics.
Okay. But your focus is really on the workout side. Do you also give advice for nutrition?
The nutrition section. So the SM Academy, the Saturno Movement Academy, it has yoga, calisthenics, and balancing, a bunch of stuff. Before launching, I said that I was going to be a nutrition section in there. I still haven't opened the nutrition section. For one big reason, is a huge topic, to be honest, that I still don't know how do I want to present it well. Like, if I want to go over the basics, that's why yesterday on my Instagram, I ask me anything about nutrition. And I'm going to start with a YouTube video, because I don't even have one single YouTube video on nutrition. And ego aside, I know a shit ton about nutrition that I can share, but it's a huge topic that I'm like, okay, some are vegan, some are keto, some are here. How do I package it in a way that this is a template? You can modify it to your level. This is what works for me. Like, I'm still figuring out how to put it. So no, we don't have nutrition yet in the academy, but we have a community, and they post their meals and stuff, and we comment to each other.
Okay. And how does your nutrition look like?
My nutrition, I fast most days until 2 to 3 p.m., which is my first meal. So I have a small meal, 2 to 3 p.m. Then I have either a snack around 5, 6 p.m. And then I get my biggest meal around 7 to 8 p.m. That's most days. Other days, very rare. I have breakfast. So I have breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner. And other days I do OMAD, so 1 meal a day. So I don't eat throughout the entire day, basically 24-hour fast, and I have a big meal at night. When it comes to carbs, proteins, and fats, mostly high fats. So I did keto. I don't know if you're familiar with keto.
Yeah. Let's explain it shortly for the people.
Yeah. So keto is a type of diet where you cut carbs out of your diet. Except for vegetables, so starchy carbs like rice, potatoes, pasta. You cut that out, and your body's gonna go through a transitional period where it's gonna be like, fuck. Because you've been eating carbs for so long, is your energy fuel, and now you don't have that energy fuel. But then your body begins to adapt and begins to use fat as a source of energy, and it begins producing ketones, that's the name, ketosis, in your brain, which is a different type of fuel, and you get hunger less, your mood is more stable, your energy is more stable. It has amazing, especially mental benefits. It really helped me a lot with anxiety. It cures epilepsy. There are some studies in there. Like, it's an amazing diet for mental benefits. So I did it for 1 year, but it has a downside, which is for anaerobic exercise, or like high intensity exercise, we do need not carbs, but we do need glucose. So your body can produce glucose on its own without having carbs, but there is a limit that your body produces. And if you want to get 10 pull-ups, 20 muscle-ups, and then 30 straight bar dips, and then come back into a front lever, you need some type of glucose. So I did it for 1 year. I fat adapted. I was feeling amazing. I could run forever. Like, your endurance goes up, but my strength plateaued completely. So then is when I began incorporating carbs on certain days. And that's what I do today. So I do mostly keto on most days. And I would say I do twice a week, I eat carbs, a little bit of carbs, which my refeed might seem like half the carbs of what the regular person eats on a daily basis. So I like my first meal, a little bit of rice, second meal, a little bit of sweet potato. That's enough carbs for me for 2 to 3 days of workouts.
Wow.
And I don't like how I feel when I eat carbs, like mentally that much, but it gives me that energy to work out. So it's that balance between one another. I think I'm gonna do keto when I'm older, like super old, that I just wanna cycling and do handstands, because for handstand it's good. It's endurance based. I did it up perfectly. But to do pull-ups, weighted dips, you need some sort of carbs. Okay. At least in my personal opinion. I've known some athletes that do weight training. They're huge and they do keto, and they keto advocates. But I mean, I don't know. I'm skeptical if they're taking something or not.
Okay. And what is your, like, do you eat dairy products? Do you eat vegan, vegetarian?
Okay, so I'm not vegan or vegetarian yet. I would like to try it, and I'm not vegan, not because I love meat, but just because it hasn't occurred to me to try it, and also because vegan is, if you want to do vegan, it should be, or a fun vegan diet will incorporate carbs. You can do vegan and keto, but that will suck so much, because the good thing about keto is that you have like bacon, you have meat. I eat very good meat, that high quality meat, and like once a week. You have fish, you have eggs. So that is a fun part of keto. If I take that away and I just eat oils and salad, I would go crazy. So that is one of the main reasons I don't do vegan, is because of the carb thing. But I also know that I also run well in carbs, so I might try it once. But deviating a lot. I'm not vegan or vegetarian, so mostly ketogenic food, meat once a week, mostly fish for my protein sources, lots of vegetables, so my plate would be a source of protein, a lot of vegetables, and healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, MCT oil, it's a different type of oil, coconut oil, and that's it, mostly fish. Dairy, let me comment on dairy. That's my weak spot. Like, I love cheese. It's like, it's so hard to give up. Like, if I have cheese on my house, two things will happen. One, I'm gonna eat it all. Second, if you see a YouTube video 2 days after that, I won't have a six-pack.
Ah, really? It's that bad?
Yeah, it's that bad. I'm the person who cannot eat that little bit of cheese. Yeah. Nuts is another one that is super healthy to have a handful. Like, if you go to our ancestors, nuts is that you pick it up on a tree, you open it, it's one nut. Now we have those big jars, especially here in the USA, and you're sitting down watching Netflix. Let's go. Yeah. And that's like, the pack is like 10,000 calories, something like that. So those are like my guilty pleasures, I would say. But I do my best to stay away from dairy and meat like once a week, and it has to be grass-fed, organic, grass finished, and all that.
Well, okay. Interesting, because like you see, or I see a lot of people who are like really living a conscious life, and you're thinking about this stuff. Like it comes with yoga, it comes with even calisthenics nowadays. So yeah, I was just interested in your opinion on that, like on the physical side, but also on your on your mental side. So yeah, that's interesting.
So in the spiritual side, so sorry to interrupt you, would be if I go vegan, it would be only because of that. Because I feel amazing eating meat and eating fish. I might feel better. I don't know. I haven't tried, so I don't know. But if I choose to go vegan or try vegan, which I might at least try, so I can also teach it, it'll be for the moral reasons, because I do believe that we need to take care of the planet and so forth. So even though grass-fed meat, they treat good the cows and it's a small farm and everything, I think we are going to survive better as a species if we eat plants.
Oh.
That's some more geological stuff.
Okay. Nice. So we asked the Instagram community some questions, and we received some of them. I picked out the best ones, and we can just dive in with the first one from Kali's BG or B9. Why did you leave THENX?
You know, nobody has ever asked me that before.
Really?
So I said it in a couple of interviews, and I'll say here again that I don't like to talk about that topic because people like love drama, and that can bring complications both for the THENX brand and both for Saturno Movement brand. I didn't leave THENX, so it was not my choice. They decided for me not to be there any longer. And that's it. I just like to keep it at there. I don't have hate at all. I mean, I don't have hate about anybody in this world, but I don't have hate towards anybody in the THENX crew. And we are just in separate lanes. So let's just keep it at that.
Okay, good. I am Jero is asking, what is your best memory in life until now?
Best memory?
Yes.
A psychedelic trip.
Really?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like, I don't know if you have tried ever psychedelics or not.
No.
You look like a very super serious guy. but yeah, anybody that has, I mean, you can put it in the comment section. Anybody that has taken psychedelics, either magic mushrooms or LSD, and have had a positive experience, because you could have a horrible experience, it'll still be a memory, but maybe not the best. But anybody that has experimented with them in a safe manner, and the intention for me is super important. Like, I do it for spiritual reasons, or I've done it for spiritual reasons. It's a beautiful experience. It's just, I mean, you are one with the entire universe. And even though I've got into that state meditating alone, it's a very similar experience. You cannot compare apples to, I mean, even though it's apples to apples, but this apple is like a magic apple. So yeah, you feel connected with the entire world. There is no hate within you. You are completely present. The lights around you, obviously the hallucinations are part of it, but it's mostly a feeling of peace. And if I want to throw that in there, I'm not recommending anybody here to take psychedelics, but it truly helped me a lot with my anxiety. It truly made me see my life in a different way. It made me saw my anxiety from a different perspective, what was causing it. And also, after a bad trip or a very scary trip, you realize that social anxiety, or just anxiety in general, is nothing, because I literally felt like I died. Like, it's called ego death. Like, you forget your name, you forget where you are, your surroundings disappear. You're just entering into this loop that you die. And once you accept your death, it's like there is nothing else that can scare you. I'm still get scared of a lot of stuff, but it was definitely a transformative experience. So not saying that you should go, especially if you are under 18 or under 21. Please don't. Please do your research. But if you're going to drink alcohol or take psychedelics, I would take psychedelics. to be completely at least you're not fucking up your kidney. I didn't expect that to come out in this interview, but at least you can put that in the title.
Me neither. I didn't expect this one. I expected some nice stuff from your childhood or something, but you never know. Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, but thanks for sharing. So everybody can make his own thoughts on this.
We'll see.
Carisi SW is asking, can you do the manna? Let's reformulate this question. Do you have a date where you think you will be able to do it? Let's
100%. And it's funny because people ask me do you have the manna? It's if I had the manna, I wouldn't post. I wouldn't post a visit. I would, but you would see somewhere in my feed, you would see a manna. The same with the planche. No, so I cannot manna. I knew that if I would train for it, and that would include 2 to 3 sessions dedicated to the manna, which if I throw that with the planche and front lever, forget it. But when I do, I know that in 6 months to the very max, I would get the manna. So definitely happening, definitely before I turn 30. So definitely before 2 years. Let me get the planche, the front lever, and then I'll jump into the manna. But I'll get it for sure.
Sounds good.
It comes easy to me. It's one of those planche and front lever, I'm really struggling to get there. The visit, I didn't really train directly to the visit. I just did a lot of hamstring flexibility, a lot of compression strength, a lot of L sits, and a lot of visit attempts, and it happened.
It happened. Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, for many people, it's a planche, it just happened. I'm how? Because I need to do a lot of planche leans and a lot of tuck planches in order to get there. We're all different, once again.
That's true. That's what makes life interesting, that everybody's different and everybody has different strengths and weaknesses. And
Correct. Absolutely.
Nice. E. Gucci is asking, best way to planche and front lever.
best way.
Yes.
I'm just gonna throw a tip. Planche, really focus on your scapula and your serratus. You need to have a strong protraction and strong depression. You need to be locked in place. So a lot of elbow planks, a lot of planche lean, a lot of planks. Really get that position. Do not confuse a spinal flexion with protraction. So have you seen those planches that are like that?
Yeah.
That is your flexion from your spine. That's a compensation of lack of scapular strength. A planche should be right here. So you should be straight. Your shoulders are forward, but you are not flexing. So the best way to planche, neutral spine, shoulders protracted, shoulders depressed, hips open at 180 degrees. So full hip extension and a posterior pelvic tilt. Front lever, the same exact thing as everything I mentioned, especially in the lower body. Your scapula retracted and depressed. So retracted, you aim for retraction, but obviously gravity is going to do its work and you might end up in neutral. So instead of retracted, protracted, or neutral, or always depressed, but just look for the movement that you feel your lats the most. And the best advice for front lever is eat pull-ups and eat dragonflies. That's how I got my front lever a while back. I was doing 30 pull-ups. Right now, I probably can do 12 because of my golfer's elbow. So become a beast on pull-ups and become a beast in dragonflies, and the front lever is yours.
Okay.
So maybe. Then I need to do a couple negatives and stuff.
Yeah, but sounds like a plan. Okay. Karipov is asking, what's your maximum L-sit hold?
Yeah, I did a post actually, but it was on a YouTube video. It was a cut from a YouTube video that I did from a challenge. I held it for 35 seconds. However, I'm pretty confident that I can get to a minute, no problem, without problem.
Okay.
Now, there are 2 different types of L-sits, or there are many types of L-sits. but the L-sit that I do is with a protracted scapula right here, because I got a lot of flexibility, so it's way easier to do. If you count the L-sit, which is right here, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, which is with a retracted scapula and like you're literally in an L shape. So I don't know if you know the difference between those two, but one requires more strength and one requires more flexibility.
Okay. And the strength you're working on currently, or is it is it not a goal, or yeah?
Which one?
The one with the strength L-sit.
And I don't include it. I mean, I would include it whenever I begin training for the manna, because I know that I can hold the V-sit for, I think my max was 27 seconds on 180 before dropping to before 180. Yeah, and I cannot hold that L-sit for that long, because the V-sit is more of a compression. I get some help with the balance. It's not so much core and scapula strength, but I would incorporate that L-sit hold definitely on if I would training for the manna. Currently, it's not one of my main goals, so I just do a couple of V-sits here and there.
Okay, cool. And I think the last question from the community, from Yerisha, what is your favorite skill?
Planche.
Planche. Okay.
Planche, definitely. I don't wanna say it yet because it's been taking me so long, but I'm going to become a planche beast. Or that's at least is on my mind. We'll see what happens, and then we will replay this interview in a couple of years. But that's a skill that I have to die. I cannot die without having, and that's something that Eric Ortiz said in an interview. Like, I cannot die without planching before. When I listen to that, I'm like, that resonated so much. I will not die until I planche before. Because, and I say it's my favorite, first of all, because I just love the shape and I love everything about it. But it's because I've been struggling so much. I've gotten injured so much doing it wrong. I've learned so much about my body and about, like, it unlocks so many things, and that I gotta planche. I will planche. keep it on the record today.
Nice.
September 6th.
Nice. I love the commitment. That's good. Yes, so we're coming to an end. I still have some quick questions, quick answers. Hopefully quick answers. Hopefully.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I know.
No, that's good.
I knew this was gonna happen. You probably have like this amount of questions, and like or like this amount of questions, and we're like right here. We can do part two. Go for it. Quick answers.
Yes. Are you a dog or a cat person?
A cat.
Cat, because of the spiritual.
Yes, exactly because of that.
Okay, because
but I also love that. And I could talk about that, but no, let's go.
Yeah, just for the people who don't know, like the cat is a really spiritual animal, and
that's what they say. It's like a spiritual being or something.
Yeah.
It's like it's like the most enlightened animal, supposedly.
Okay.
Supposedly.
Nice. Do you prefer pizza or burger?
Both. I can't. I can't. Pizza, okay, pizza, let's go.
Okay. Do you have a favorite location for holidays?
Anything that has a mountain.
A mountain, okay.
Mountain. I'm a mountain person.
Wow.
I love the beach too. Yeah, as you can see, I'm pretty in between everything. But I love the mountain best. Yeah.
Okay. Pizza and burger, dogs and cats.
Yeah.
Everything. Okay.
So California, where you have the mountain on the beach. Okay. That would be my best place.
Nice. What would you work as? What would change in your life if social media just disappeared?
What would change in my life if social media disappeared? Everything. Not too much thing, I would say. Like, I'm still being me, and I will still find a way to share my knowledge. But yeah, we all would have to redimensionate the way that we express ourselves and how we reach other people. So it'll change for sure. But I'm a very adaptable person, and and I've planted that idea in my mind, like what happened if Instagram disappears tomorrow, which in my humble opinion, it will happen at some point. Yeah. Maybe not in 2020, but and maybe not 2021, but things are going to change. We are living through a very entire global shift, and social media is a huge part of it, and huge corporations that control everybody here. So I'm open to the possibility that it changes, and I'm open to the possibility that the entire world changes, because it should. We are not, we're doing something wrong as humans. Yeah. We can get into that. We can get into that later.
But it's true. Like a few not a few years, but a few weeks or month ago, another big social media platform just disappeared in the US. So with TikTok.
TikTok, no.
Yeah.
TikTok, I don't know if it disappears already, but I heard that it's going to get banned.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that happened already. I don't think so, because I've heard rumors that people are still using it, but most likely it's going to happen.
Okay, because I thought it's already gone in the US, but yeah, I don't know.
So my advice for other people, because that can be a scary thought when you have everything on, especially when you have everything on one platform.
Yeah.
Like I have Instagram and I have YouTube and I have Facebook, but Facebook is from Instagram. So if they close Instagram, I'm fucked with Facebook. So if they close, imagine you only have Instagram and you have 1 million followers and they close it, that can be a scary feeling, because you're monetizing from it, you're making money from it, you're feeding your family from it. So it can be a scary thought. So I would recommend people use your page to really connect with humans in a different, like, do not put aside doing a workshop, do not put aside getting in touch with humans. But right now it's pretty hard with COVID, but do not put all your eggs in one basket, because it can go to waste.
That's true. I like the saying that you build a house on somebody else's ground, you know, with social media. So you're building a big account, which is the house, but you don't own the ground. So if they change or they shut down the platform, you're gone.
Yeah. They even decide how many views and likes you get. Yeah. Like you can post a post. I can post a post today, and I see the difference, like, in going up, and I post it at the same time or something, or it's a good post, and I'm like, Instagram is shadowing this one, or Instagram is putting this one on the explore page, and it's going fucking viral to everywhere. And so they decide that. So, and also, do not put that's the point number one. Do not put your happiness on social media, because you are going to be unhappy as fuck. Like 100%. Like, our brain doesn't understand you got 1,000 likes. Your brain understand yesterday I got 1,000 and today I got 800. It's not that your body won't remember the 800, it will remember the difference of 200 that you had before, and you will feel sad. So always distancing yourself and knowing that you are not that piece of equipment or piece of platform that it is. It's something to keep in mind.
True. That's true. Do you have a favorite calisthenics athlete? Do you have a hero or somebody or an idol, or like, that's big words, but do you have a favorite athlete?
Favorite athlete? Everybody asks me that, and I just admire like different things from everybody. I would just say that I want to do a planche like Osvaldo Lugones for sure.
Okay.
Like, for sure. At least that easy. So yeah, I admire him a lot, and I met him. We were friends, and he's an amazing person, and just seeing him do planche call right away for 30 seconds and jumping like crazy is like, dude, like, I admire you. You're a fucking beast.
Okay.
So I would say him in the calisthenics world, Osvaldo Lugones.
And of course, our friend, Big Brendon Carter.
And of course him, yeah.
Nice. Do you have a favorite book that you would recommend?
Definitely. Let me go back to the first books that I read. Mastery. I forgot who was it written for, but just Mastery. Mm-hmm. It's black with yellow or something. I would highly recommend that book. And the Motivational Manifesto by Brendon, Burchard.
Okay. Yeah, for the people interested in that, we will put I will look it up and put it in the description.
Thank you.
So people can check the books of GABO SATURNO. So yeah.
The first book that I read, that was the first one that I was, okay, I need to read. There's magic in reading.
Nice. Do you have a favorite? No, what was the best calisthenics event you've ever been at?
I'm bad for names, so I might not remember the event per se. Oof. I don't remember, to be honest. Maybe at the beach, like the muscle beach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just because it's a beach and it's fun. I haven't gone into those. Well, I went to Barros Bars called California on the Fit Expo.
Mm-hmm.
But I really want to go to those big ones on Russia and like those big cities. Like I haven't gotten there. But
okay.
I would like to see those beasts performing. Which, by the way, back to my inspirations, La Rosa is a total beast. If I would have to see a role model when it comes to performance and also physique, would be him.
Okay.
To credit him.
Nice.
Yeah, I tend to forget. They're just coming again.
Good. Then the last question, maybe the hardest one of the whole interview. Be prepared. If you have to decide, what would you choose? Calisthenics or yoga?
I knew. Oof.
Do you cry?
Huh?
Do you cry?
I'm not crying. I'm not crying, but I'm actually a very emotional person, so I do cry a lot, but okay. I'm not crying right now. Okay. I might cry when I say the answer because the other one is gonna like yoga, calisthenics is gonna go back like fuck. Yeah, that's a tough question because when I practice yoga, I'm also referring a lot back to calisthenics, and I tie it to calisthenics. When I train calisthenics, I'm being very mindful of my breathing, and I am applying a yogic mindset. What if I had to choose? Dude, that's an impossible question. That's you just put me a homework to do. I'm just gonna say one, but you just put me a homework to do. I would say yoga. I would give up yoga. I would stay with calisthenics. Why? Because if I stay with yoga, which, I mean, if I had to choose one of the feelings and one of the, like, what I would teach for the rest of my life, I probably would choose yoga. But since I don't have a pull-up bar and I wouldn't balance my body, I need to hang, I need to do pull-ups, I need to do like some sort of rowing, which I cannot do. I'm pointing there because I have my mat over there. Okay. So if I choose calisthenics, then I can stretch, which I do at the end of my workout. I can throw spirituality while I'm hanging in the pull-up bar, close your eyes and connect to your higher self, and all your chakras are aligned and stuff. But if I choose yoga, then I cannot do that. So because of that reason, I'll choose calisthenics, but I'll definitely will keep doing both for the rest of my life.
Yeah, of course. Like for you, I already felt it. For you, they are really connected. I thought that you're longer in yoga. I thought that you started your journey with yoga. I don't know why, but for me, it felt like this. But yeah, if you began both in a single and like both together, and I think that's what makes you as a person. This combination, you take the benefits of both, and yeah, I really like it.
Yes.
Great.
It was hard. I'm gonna meditate on that question, by the way. I'm gonna sit down with it. Okay, why do I like about calisthenics? What do I like about yoga? And just get a conclusion about it.
Okay, nice. So yeah, we're coming to an end. And yeah, for the people who want to get in touch with you, who want to learn from you, how can they best reach you, and how can they best learn from you? What should they know about about Saturno movement?
If they want to reach me privately, do not DM me, please. Send me an email, gabo@saturnomovement.com. If you want to train online with me, you have my online academy. It's called SN Academy, or Saturno Movement Academy. saturnomovement.com. You can put it in the description if you like. Instagram and YouTube is at Saturno Movement or YouTube/Saturno Movement. And my personal IG is at GABO Saturno. So everything with Saturno.
Okay.
Either Saturno Movement or either GABO Saturno. Both of them, and you'll find me anywhere.
Nice. And yeah, to make some, like, to present the Saturno movement, for who is it, like, who should contact you, who should get your plans, for who is it?
Anybody that truly wants to get into the very details of their training without having to do the thinking, of course, and want a complete full experience, whether that is yoga, hand balancing, or calisthenics, or a person that wants to combine the three, because we have those three programs. I'm currently working on the hybrid, called the ultimate hybrid system, which I give you a calendar into how to properly combine yoga with calisthenics, with hand balancing, which is what I did. So if you really want to incorporate those three into your life, definitely go for that. Now, if you only want to do yoga, only calisthenics, or only hand balancing, but you really want to get a detailed explanation, for example, hand balancing, I cannot tell everybody to open their shoulders if your shoulders are open but you're weak. And I cannot tell everybody to do push-ups when you need to work on your shoulder mobility. So I give you those options to work with your own limitations and to get especially to your specific goals with your own specific lifestyle. So if you only have 1 hour to train a day, I'll give you modifications for that. If you have 2 hours, then you have a full routine. If you want to become an elite calisthenics athlete, then you have the 3-hour workout for you. So somebody that like customizations and like to adapt their things to their own level.
Nice. Sounds really scientific and like really, yeah, like that people can profit from your experience. And I think, yeah, that it's really, we will put all the links in the description for the people who are interested. And yeah, I appreciate your time that you took for the interview. And before you can say, you can end the episode and say goodbye to the people, I want to say thank you to everyone listening to this till the end, because it's again over an hour, but over an hour with a lot of content, with a lot of advices and a lot of deep insights. Thank you for that, Gabo. I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you want to let this episode continue, leave a like, leave a subscribe, do whatever you want. If you have any further questions to Gabo, like put them in the description. So maybe if there are like another 100 or 3, whatever, we can do a second episode. And yeah, thanks everyone for listening. And you can end the episode, Gabo. Thanks for your time. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, brother. It's really an honor. I love answering questions, as you probably can see. I love connecting to new people. You are an amazing dude. You are a cool dude. I'll support your movement anytime you like. Any help that you want me to help you with, I'm fully open. And also to all the people that are listening, here to help. You don't have to sign up for the academy. You can just reach out for me for advice. You can just follow my journey if you like. You can just focus on your journey, and the best advice that I can give you: stay positive, stay present, stay mindful, and enjoy the heck out of the process, because that's what truly matters. Thank you all for watching, and maybe we'll see you in part 2.